The 1976 colored White Sox jersey, wore untucked, was part of the most infamous uniform in baseball history. And tonight, it's a Sox throwback to one of baseball's most innovative team looks. Prepare to be awed 39 years later. The Fashion Police and White Sox baseball are next. There she is, the city beautiful, Chicago, Illinois, where tonight Comcast Sportsnet presents White Sox baseball. It's Jose Abreu, Javi Garcia, Melky Cabrera and the Sox as they get set to butt heads with Robinson Cano, Nelson Cruz, and Lloyd McClendon's Seattle Mariners. And without further ado, the highly anticipated throwback to 1976. And those are handsome uniforms. Handsome. Look at those guys. That is styling. And hi, everybody, and welcome. I'm Ken Harrelson with Steve Stone. And, Steve, you wore those uniforms back in 77. What were your thoughts about it, and what were the rest of the guys' thoughts about it?
My thoughts about it back then was that it was a very comfortable uniform. My thoughts about going on the road where it was all blue was that it was a very bad-looking uniform. But the home uniforms weren't too bad, and that was the year of the Southside Hitmen, so things went pretty well. The year before, they wore shorts. Now, it's going to be pretty tough for the guys to wear shorts. They're not going to do it tonight. But it was one of those things that we dealt with. It was designed by Mary Frances Veck. And as you can see, I mean, these are just lovely.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're not bad. They really aren't, and they're comfortable, as you mentioned. But tonight, getting to the game, we were just out in Seattle. We took 2 out of 3 from those guys out there. And Carlos Rodon's been looking good.
He's been looking very good the last 3 times out especially. And Carlos threw the ball very well in Seattle. We'll take a look at some of the highlights of that. When he went 7 innings, gave up 6 hits and just 1 earned run, and even though he walked 4, he had very good stuff and really impressed these Mariners. So he threw the ball well, as he did the last couple of times out against Anaheim. He pitched against them back-to-back also, as he's doing tonight with the Mariners, and they weren't on him. So his stuff is awfully good, and hopefully tonight it'll be more the same. You look at the starters, Roenis Elias, 4-6, ERA 4.22. That's in his 13 starts. In the last 3 starts, Rodon has been really good, ERA of 1.23. And as you can see, the strikes and the walks, very good for him. And so this is a young guy with great stuff, and hopefully tonight he will win the first game of the series.
Well, one of the guys he's going to face is a fellow who's hit 2 home runs since we left out there, and he is MVP worthy, and his name is Nelson Cruz. So sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, through it all. Audi, truth in engineering. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. And by Toyota. The annual clearance event is going on now. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back to beautiful U.S. Cellular Field. It's a gorgeous night for baseball, and let's take a look at how Lloyd McClendon's going to line up his Mariners for the game tonight. Tel Marte leading it off. Then it's Austin Jackson in the 2 spot with Nelson Cruz in right field hitting 3rd. Robinson Cano, who's been red hot, he's hitting 4th. Then it's Franklin Gutierrez, who had a good game against Rodon in Seattle. Mark Trumbo, Jesus Montero, Brad Miller, and Mike Zunino rounded out. The defense and how they'll line up behind Carlos. Melky Cabrera, Adam Eaton, and Trace Thompson in the outfield with Tyler Saladino, Alexi Ramirez, Carlos Sanchez, and Jose Abreu in the infield. Tyler Flowers behind the plate, and our Lexus pursuing perfection starting pitcher is Carlos Rodon. On for his 19th start, his 22nd game, he's 5-5, his ERA a little bit over 4, but 114 strikeouts. Has been a very good year for the rookie left-hander with great stuff. The umpires for the game tonight, Chris Siegel behind the plate. Mike Everett is at first. Tim Timmons is at second. And Tim Welke, the crew chief, is at third. So they've thrown the ball around the infield. These two teams that have won the exact same amount of games at 59. With Seattle losing 2 more than our Sox, are ready to go head-to-head for a 4-game series. So we're ready to play baseball. I'm ready to turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Ken Harrelson.
All right, Steve, thank you very much. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to White Sox Baseball right here on Comcast Sportsnet. So happy you could join us for the first of this 4-game series. As Ketel Marte, 21-year-old shortstop, will lead it off. He's a switch hitter. And he takes first pitch strike. He has faced Carlos twice, and he's 0 for 2. Mariners come in hitting at .245 as a club with a 4.32 team ERA.
Marte's been a better hitter this year from the left side. Doesn't have a whole lot of power from either side, but he's got good speed.
Chopper 2 hopper. Sanchez got him, 1 out.
Just a few minutes ago, David Banks from AT&T Uvers threw out the ceremonial first pitch as a guest of CSN. Not a bad job.
So here's Austin Jackson hitting at .263, 7 homers, 36 knocked in.
Jackson's one of their better base stealers, so you got to keep him off base. Although his percentage isn't good, he swiped 15 bases this year.
2-0 pitch. Close, didn't get it, and the count 3-0. There's 1. And there's a solid single, so the count gets him.
Get a good portion of the plate on this 3-1 fastball, and Jackson just guides it through the right side. So he is aboard with those 15 stolen bases, but he's been caught 9 times.
Well, here's a man who hit 40 home runs last year to lead the major leagues in that category. He's got 39 here on August 27th this season. Nelson Cruz hitting at .321.
This is one of the last guys you want to fall behind. Let's get him looking for a fastball in the zone, and he can take it out in any direction.
Well, there's nobody in this league hits the ball harder than he does. There are a couple can hit it as hard, but nobody hits it harder. "39 homers, 82 knocked in, 22 doubles." Jackson, decent lead.
Mariners brought in Cruz to balance out their lineup because they had Cano, a run producer, hitting from the left side. They needed some right-handed power. They also brought along Mark Trumbo. That's another of the right-handed powers. You look at Lloyd McClendon, the skipper.
Two and one to count, and here at the ballpark, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps, and 400 straightaway center. Long set. Time is called.
In the American League, Nelson Cruz leads the parade with 39. Then it's Chris Davis, Josh Donaldson, and J.D. Martinez and Albert Pujols all tied with 34.
Those 39 are, once again, tops in all of baseball.
Not exactly doing it in a park that's known for home runs.
Well, he's one of those Grand Canyon guys.
Doesn't really matter, huh?
No. No. Put him in Grand Canyon, he can hit him out of there as well. There's a bullet. And caught. Melky got a good jump on it. That's a hang wolf'em for Cruz. Nice play, Melky.
I think it's the cap. Melky's got a new style cap. And he goes up and gets it at the last instant. Cruz didn't even get all of this one, but hit it hard enough. And Melky made the play.
So here's Cano.
Jackson, thinking he had a chance to score on that, had to re-tag second base before going back to first.
Cano at 277, 14 homers, 58 driven in. That ball was killed by. Good jump by Melky.
Not easy to see right now because the lights haven't taken over, and Melky made a nice play.
And Cano, one of the most fluid ball players you'll ever see. Everything looks easy. Catching a tough ground ball, hitting, certainly throwing.
Against the White Sox in 70 games, most of them in a Yankee uniform. Hitting .307 lifetime, 1542 on the power numbers in 70 games.
That had a piece of the zone. He didn't get it. And the count 3-0.
Franklin Gutierrez, who's in the on-deck circle, had probably the best look at Carlos Rodon in Seattle.
So the walk. Then on first and second, 2 down, and here comes Franklin Gutierrez, who was 2 for 2 against him with 2 RBIs out in Seattle. When healthy, he is really good. Unfortunately, he has been on the deal. Way too much. Unfortunately, because he is a talent.
Not only baseball injuries, but some illnesses have sidelined him, and that's been a big factor for him because he's a terrific player.
That's a close pitch, and he didn't get it. Last time we had Chris Siegel, he called a heck of a ball game. Two and 0 the count with 2 out, 2 on. And count 3-0 with Mark Trumbo on deck.
With runners in scoring position, Gutierrez has been awfully good. And even with Trumbo in the on-deck circle, I wouldn't be surprised if he were given the 3-0 green light.
And that will load him up.
And here comes Don Cooper. Everybody in the infield on the mound listening to what Don Cooper has to tell Carlos Rodon. Time now for AT&T Uverse Multiview. Pretty decent speed on the base paths.
First time that Trumbo has seen Carlos. Trumbo, of course, with that 3-run homer off Chris Sale. Opposite field shot. That's Safeco. Big, strong. Hitting at 247, 8 homers, 25 knocked in, and he takes first pitch strike.
The day that Carlos threw in Seattle, Trumbo was out with a bad knee. I talked to him before the game today, asked him how the knee was. He said it's fine. He's got big power to all 3 fields.
He should have as big as he is. Got that one by him at 94 and the count 0-2. Only Angel in their franchise history to lead the club in home runs and RBIs in his rookie season. He gone. And he pitches out of it. So they strand 3 after half inning of play. It's the Mariners 0 and the good guys coming to bat.
area. Let's take a look at how Robin's going to line up our Sox tonight. Adam Eaton leading it off. Then it's Melky Cabrera, Jose Abreu, Avisail Garcia, Trace Thompson, who's been killing the left-handers, Lexi Ramirez, Tyler Saladino, Carlos Sanchez, and Tyler Flowers rounding it out. The defense and how they'll line up behind Roenis, Elias. It's Gutierrez, Jackson, and Cruz in the outfield with Miller, Marte, Cano, and Trumbo in the infield. Mike Zunino behind the plate. And our Lexus pursuing perfection starting pitcher is Roenis Elias. 4-6 is ERA, 4.22. And 64 strikeouts in 79 innings. But he's given up 11 home runs. That's a big number.
First pitch strike to Adam Eaton. And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours. Sox come in hitting at .251 as a team with a 3.97 ERA. Elias out of Guantanamo, Cuba. And that ball hit hard. Takes a little funny bounce over the glove.
Good way to start it off, and Marte thought he could get to it.
Got to it. It just bounced over his glove.
Little overspin and couldn't keep it out of the outfield. So Elias is a fly ball pitcher. And usually in this park, that's not a real good thing.
Here's Melky at .275, 8 homers, 61 knocked out. Taking all the way to see a pitch, and it was a strike. Off the glove, and everybody's safe.
That's going to most likely be E5 on Miller. Miller thinking about 2 before he got 1, and this one hit off the thumb of the glove. And the boys get a break early.
And good hustle because Miller recovered very quickly, but hustled by Eaton. And here's Abreu. Abreu, 294. Takes ball 1. 24 homers, 77 driven in. He has faced Elias 5 times, has 1 hit, and it left the ballpark. Two and 0.
With runners in scoring position, Jose has been awfully good. Cruz has a great arm in right field. Gutierrez and Jackson can really go get him in left and center field.
Three and 0. Turn him loose. Takes a strike and the count 3-1. Outfield spread out just about straight up for Jose. And a full count.
Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, look forward to Miller time later in the game, brought to you by Miller Lite.
And this should be a pair. 2 down.
Pretty hard to outrun the arm of Cano at second base. So once Marte got his hands on it, that was a pretty much guaranteed 4-6-3.
Here's Avi at 266, 11 homers and 47 knocked in. Big swing, and that's going to fall. So Eden scores on the base hit by Avi, and it's 1-0 Sox.
That was not a good play by Gutierrez. He couldn't read that ball. I don't think he saw it. He stopped, he started, and by the time he came on to try to get it, he missed it. Normally, he's a terrific outfielder.
Well, it's the swing that got him. The swing froze him just enough time. He still should have caught it. But the swing froze him. That big hack of Avi's.
Avi at number 48. And a 1-0 game.
And here's Trace. Takes that breaking ball down low. Trace, needless to say, very impressive. And there's a shot. Foul. That was just a rocket. Trace is 12 for 23 since being called up. A couple of homers.
He's had a few at-bats against the right-handers, mostly playing against the left-handers, and he's been terrorizing them.
Well, Trace said he likes to hit against right-handers also. Said he can hit them.
Here's see what he's done against the left-handers, and Elias has a curveball and a straight change. It was a straight change, and
him out in front.
At times, Elias thinks that his curveball is the better of the two pitches. Most of the times, hitters believe that the straight change is the better of the two pitches.
Short lead by Avi. And then tries to gas him upstairs, so a full count. Got him. Chased one off the zone. Meanwhile, we pick up one, and after one, it is 1-0 Sox.
Autographed baseballs from Ron Kittle, Ozzie Guillen, and Jose Abreu. To place your bid, visit whitesox.com/autograph auction. And that auction will close tonight at 9 Central. And there's a look at those three handsome pictures and autographs of all three of them. As you can see, the autographed baseballs of the Rookies of the Year 2005 World Series Championship collections. You can bid on all of these. The Ultimate Paul Konerko collection. Autographed seats from Old Comiskey Park. That's the highest so far. And the rest, again, 9 o'clock tonight, Central Time, the auction ends.
Montero. Jesus Montero, the DH. Comes in at 217. A couple of homers. He's driven in 9. Takes the pitch off the plate for a strike. Five years old, and that's out of play. Right side.
Montero got himself in very good shape, lost 40 pounds over the wintertime.
Well, he looks great. He's a big man anyway, though. Yeah. He looks great. He's got the talent. He's just got to get it between the ears now. You got to get that mirror to like what it sees. You can't do anything till that mirror likes what it sees. Just got a piece of it.
When Carlos walked off in the first inning, he took a look at that blister that he usually gets on the middle finger of his throwing hand. And hopefully it hasn't opened up. It's been tender.
That's going to get a lot of them right there. That pitch right there, and that at bat, is one that a guy, a young fellow like Montero, has got to understand. You got to be able to accept that. If you go beat yourself up over that at bat right there, you're going to have a tough time hitting major league pitching. There's going to be certain at bats and certain nights that guy on that mound is just a better pitcher than you are a hitter. And most of these guys that are young have never had to acknowledge that because they've always been the best coming up in Little League and high school and college.
Carlos has a slider that he's going to get even experienced, very good major league hitters to look bad.
Yeah, the difference, though, Steve, is that good major league hitters can accept it. They can accept that strikeout when he makes a good pitch on there. A lot of young guys can't. That is the difference. And it's easier said than done. I mean, Konerko, when Paul first joined us, I was worried about his health. I thought he was going to kill himself. He gone, Brad Miller. You go back to that dugout and throw helmets, break bats. I mean, it was. I told Eris, my beautiful great wife, I said, honey, I'm concerned about Paulie. Meanwhile, he learned. He grew out of it. He learned how to accept it better. He never accepted it fully, but he learned how to accept it better, and he became a great hitter. Mike Zunino, 11 homers, hitting at 176. He was 0 for 3 against Carlos. Nice inning. Couple strikeouts. He's got 3 of them, and we lead at 1-0. Steve's going with Trace Thompson and Mike Mazza, Kenny Wiz, Tom Eichstadt, Pete Catazone, Laura Arenas, Mary Weiss, Nick Bristow, Charles Johnson, Tom Sheridan, Rob Boaz, and I. We're going to go with Carlos Sanchez. And the Bertucci boys, Bobby Bruno and Handsome Anthony. They'll take care of you. Good food. Here's Alexei. 238, 8 homers, 48 knocked in. High. Austin Jackson. He's a good one.
Celebrate the 2005 World Series championship and the 10-year reunion with this one-of-a-kind collection of items, including 2 commemorative bats, a Jermaine Dye autographed jersey, and a custom gamed used base from reunion weekend. To place your bid, visit whitesox.com/autograph auction. Remember, the auction ends at 9 p.m. tonight, Central Time.
Here's Saladino. Tyler at 239, 3 homers, 12, fakes the bunt, and takes the ball. Brad Miller back a little bit at third base.
I'd love to see Tyler do a little bit more of that and actually bunt the ball to make sure that he pulls every third baseman in, giving him some room to hit it by him.
Well, with all the video and all the scouts in attendance at each and every game, all he's got to do is do it a couple of times, get a couple of bunt hits.
Yeah, you just want him to write down, he will bunt, and you're going to bring everybody in.
High in the left. Gutierrez. 2 down. Here's Sanchez. Carlos at 240. 3 homers, 25 driven home. And if you're just tuning in, these throwback uniforms back to 76, 77, 78, 9, 80, and 81. You guys took a lot of kidding and ribbing.
There is no doubt about that.
Especially with those shorts.
Well, the shorts were something, and the one thing that was tough to get used to was the fact that on the pant legs there was no elastic, so they kind of hung down.
Well, if they had elastic, it wouldn't have been shorts. They'd have been bloomers.
Oh, no. The shorts were a different entity. By 76, they had decided that there was too many guys sliding and not feeling real good afterwards, so they did away with the shorts.
They didn't have enough zinc oxide in the training room for that.
No, it was tough enough if you got a Strawberry without the shorts on, let alone with the shorts on.
That zinc oxide was the only thing that would help a Strawberry. That and air. And talking about those unis with the shorts, poof.
3 games they were worn in 76, only major league team to have exposed their knees. Oh, my Lord, exposing their knees. White collar jerseys were designed to be untucked and worn from 76 to 81.
And there's a shot by Carlos.
You see, these guys had no problem sliding. That was Pat Kelly. And because Pat Kelly did it once so well, he did it again. And that was Ralph Garr. That was the one fly ball he caught that year.
That's cold.
Ralph
is very cold.
I will tell you, Ralph was a really good hitter.
That's framed differently now. As Tyler, right off the end of the bat, fouls that one. Ralph Garr had some great one-liners.
He was a funny guy.
Yes, he was.
Ralph was a funny guy.
I remember watching the game that Harry was calling. Frank Tanana, this is before he hurt his arm.
When he could really throw it.
When he could really. He was threw as good as any left-hander in the game, as there's the thing. Tanana had a 3-2, threw him just a B slider. I mean, it was just an absolute, I can't say the word B slider.
Yes.
Harry goes, Jimmy, how in the world can he take that pitch? He threw it right on the outside corner at the knees, unhittable.
Spoken like a man who had never seen one of those pitches.
2 out, 1-2 the count.
Ralph faced Doyle Alexander, and Doyle threw him a slider inside that Ralph missed and thought he should hit it. So he yelled out to him, throw that again. And son of a gun, if Doyle didn't throw it again in the same spot and Ralph tripled down the right field line. He asked for it, he got it, and this time he hit it.
Well, that's hard hit. Nice pick right there by Miller. Low throw. Nice pick by Trumbo. So that'll retire the side. We go to the third. We lead at 1-0.
Paul Konerko collection. This package includes game-used items from his final game and several autographed items, including an autographed jersey. This is perfect for any Paul Konerko fan, so to place your bid, visit whitesox.com/autograph auction. And there is the board with the autographed seats from Old Comiskey Park getting $2,650. That's the current bid. And there you can see they end at 9 o'clock tonight, Central Time.
Ketel Marte, the leadoff hitter. One and 0 the count. He grounded out to Sanchez. And now Abreu's going to get it. That ball hit hard. Abreu doing exactly what you're supposed to do. Now Carlos is going to find out if he's okay.
That ball was scalded, and Jose, staying right in front of it, knocked it down and made the play.
It's hard to make yourself do that. He's been well schooled. He has good baseball acumen. When you get a skinner like that from a right-handed hitter, it's hard to stay in there with it. Anybody that tells you they never Olayed one, well, they're lying.
Well, those are the ones you say you lost it in the shirts in the seats.
Yeah. Never saw it. Skip.
Nope. Just got by me. Next thing I knew, it was in the outfield.
Jackson with a solid single to right his first trip. He's now 3 for 4 against Carlos. Little soft comebacker. 2 down.
Was able to get that one fairly easily and retire a good base stealer as he threw that slider in on the hands of Austin Jackson. He couldn't do much with it.
So here's Cruz. He lined out hard to Melky, who made a good catch on it. Melky got a good jump. It did not appear he was going to make that play, but he did. There's another line drive. Can't get that one. That's over his head. And here's the throw. He gone. Beautiful peg by Melky, who's got him twice.
By Bill Melton, Carlton Fisk, Harold Baines, Ron Kittle, and Robin Ventura. To place your bid, visit whitesox.com/autograph auction.
Adam Eaton will lead it off. Adam has singled and scored. Hit a hard ground ball up the middle, took a hop over the glove of Marte at short. Breaking ball. Curve hangs high and in. And that's back through the middle.
Here's our Xfinity high-speed action replay, and it was a rocket over the head of Melky. Nelson Cruz thought it was an easy double, but then the ball was just waiting for him to arrive at second. Good solid throw by Melky. It's right on the money, and he guns down Cruz.
Well, velocity and accuracy, we got the best throwing outfield in the league. Here is Melky. Reached on an arrow. 0-2 the count.
I'm a little surprised that people keep running on Melky, because he's been doing this not only this year, but he's been doing this for a long time.
His whole career.
Yeah.
Even when he was playing center field, I used to say he's the most, I didn't say the most, I said one of the most accurate throwers in the league. He's got a cannon out there in right. Adams got a cannon out there in center. Both very accurate. In fact, Ivy leading the league in assists with 15. That's a lot of assists.
That is a lot of assists. He gets to the ball pretty quickly, and he's got a very strong arm.
It's amazing how accurate it is, even on turns that he has to make. There goes Adam. So he'll get there. Cano's only play is to take the out at first.
Fortunately, Adam was going because that was an easy double play.
Here's Abreu. He hit into a 6-4-3 double play in first. Chops that one foul. 1-4-0 for our guys, 0-2-1 for their guys. Here in the bottom of the third, if you're just tuning in on Throwback Uniform Night. That ball hit hard. He's not going to get that one. That ball was absolutely tattooed. Wow. 2-0. Knuckling out there and just knuckled away from Austin Jackson.
27th double. He's now driven in 78 runs. You can't hit him any harder than this. It's a fastball down. He absolutely crushes it.
Watch it right there.
It just ate up Jackson. And he's a good outfielder.
I'm righty.
He's a good one.
Don't stop now, boys, as here is Ivy. He had a Kansas City special to knock in a run. First inning, and that is yanked foul. He took a big swing, hit it towards the fists. Gutierrez did not get a good read on it. Froze him for just enough time for it to fall in. That change up. 0-2 the count. Seam stayed down. Robinson makes the play for out number 2.
Fans, you probably noticed that the hashtag White Sox Talk is in the corner of the broadcast. We include hashtags in games from time to time, but are testing out whether or not they should keep them for every game. To help us decide, let us know what you think by using the hashtag itself, hashtag White Sox Talk.
Here's Trace. That curveball misses down low. Trace struck out his first trip on a 3-2 pitch. It was out of the zone. He just absolutely barreled one up, though. Just fouled down the left field line prior to that. Now he's got the catbird seat at 2-0. Elias only has one wild pitch. And that was saved by Zunino nicely.
This is almost number 2.
Three and 0. Turn him loose, Robin. Taking all the way. That's fair down the line. Yes, it is. Braves going to score on the double by Trace Thompson. And it's a 3-0 Sox lead. That ball was scalded.
There was an adjustment by a young hitter. Last time up, he struck him out on a straight change. It was at 87 miles an hour. This time, on the straight change at 87, he stays back and drives it down the line, driving in his 6th run of the year. So he made the adjustment. And he made Elias pay.
Well, he's got good baseball acumen. He's a smart young man. Just there's no negatives about Trace Thompson.
No, Rick Waits goes out there to have a talk with Elias. He's given up some shots this inning.
And you know, being coming from the family he comes with, Trace is a very tough young man as well.
Yep.
So here's Alexei. Curveball. That's back. Big hack. Another nice play by Mike Zunino.
That one hit awfully hard. Caroms by Tim Welke at third.
Three 6-0 for us, 0-2-1 for them. And we're in the bottom of the third inning. That's over. Bounces over our dugout. She's got herself.
She's pretty happy.
Nice souvenir. Softly hit. Marte will make the play, but a couple runs cross the plate. RBI double by Abreu. RBI double by Trace Thompson. We lead at 3-0.
Home runs. Commemorate 3 White Sox players who did just that. Winner will receive a framed piece featuring autographed bats from Paul Konerko, Adam Dunn, and Jim Tomei. Place your bid. Visit whitesox.com/autograph auction. And there you can see things starting to pick up a bit. The seats still getting the most action. 12 people bid for them. The Ultimate Paul Konerko collection. 10 people have bid for them.
Robinson Cano gets it on the fist. One pitch, one out. Robinson walked his first trip. And we want to give a big White Sox shout out to one of our lifelong White Sox fans, and his name is Jim Stasny, who's 82 years young and recovering from surgery. Now, his son Matt said that while he's in the hospital recovering, he still needs to watch his White Sox play and has been watching every game. So, Jimmy, get well, buddy, soon. And soon hope to see you out here at the ballpark. Gutierrez walked his first trip. One and one to count. And that one just perfect pitch right there. Going away on the corner. Beat pitch. Fouls that one down at the plate.
That was another good pitch after a fastball low and away. He threw that slider down and in. Gutierrez just barely able to stay alive. Our Honda pitch tracks. Pretty good location. Hit just barely the top of the baseball.
Two and two. And a full count.
Mark Trumbo in the on-deck circle.
Change up. He gone. 2 down.
Fourth strikeout. Took a whole lot off this one and had Gutierrez well out in front of it. Biggest out of the ball game came in the first inning, striking out Trumbo with the bases loaded to get out of a jam.
In that sequence, he did give him one fastball to hit. He fouled it back, and then got him on a wicked slider, which is going to get a lot of them, just not Trumbo. The only difference is Mark hadn't had that many at bats this year. Had some problems earlier. One thing about him, he's a good mistake hitter. He showed us that when he was with the Angels. You make a mistake on him, he's going to get you. Two out, 2-1. High. He just missed it. Melky. And that'll retire the side. We go to the bottom of the fourth. 3-0. Good guys.
Day signed by members of the 2015 team and tickets to opening day 2016. Place your bid. Visit whitesox.com/autograph auction.
Bottom of the fourth, it'll be the bottom of the order. Saladino, Sanchez, and Flowers. Tyler went out to Gutierrez in left field. That's high into right center. That's kind of corn for that man.
It's time now for you to tweet your strongest fan photo. Use hashtag Chicago Data Strong Fan. You just might see yourself on an upcoming broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile. There's a very young Sox fan.
Yes. Sanchez line to single between first and second. One and one to count. Tyler Flowers on deck. Dodgers shut out Cincinnati 1-0. Zach Greinke 14-3 with a 1.61. That's foul. Texas beats Toronto 4-1. Gallardo over Estrada. Giants beat the Cubs 9-1. Bumgarner over Heron.
He won his 16th.
Well, we saw something special last year in the World Series. We saw a special performance that I'll never forget. And I've seen a few World Series, played in one, but
neither will Kansas City.
That was something special. From a baseball standpoint, it just didn't get any better than that, even though I was pulling for Kansas City. Good check. Little soft comebacker right off the end of the bat. 2 down. Tyler grounded to third. Change up way out in front. Kansas City beat Baltimore 5-3. Ventura over Tillman. Marte, nice play. 1-2-3 inning, and we're into the 5th.
baseball player. Bid on this collection of autographed baseballs from White Sox Hall of Famers Louis Aparicio, Carlton Fisk, Goose Gossage, Tony La Russa, and Frank Thomas. Place your bid. Visit whitesox.com/autograph auction. And folks, this is a beautiful collection, never to be reassembled again. You got to bid for that one.
Montero, Miller, Zunino to face our Carlos Rodon here in the top of the 5th inning. 3-6-0 for our guys, 0-2-1 for their guys. Montero struck out on a wicked slider.
Bounced that one off his foot, and he's not feeling too good right now. Off the foot first, and then a bad spot.
That can be a very bad spot. Been there and done that. That can be a very, very bad spot, especially later on.
You mean in life or tonight?
Tonight. No, that's. If you knock those bones down on top of the foot, if they don't pop back up correctly, you got a big problem.
I'm not sure it was the foot that he's all that worried about.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to divert attention.
You know what they used to do, though? They used to bounce you on top of the plate a couple of times.
Well, what
that
they
didn't
would
work
do,
either.
It bounces. Well, what they would do is you'd be lying on the ground, and they would pick you up by the belt and bounce you on the ground.
Plate, yeah.
That was a two-wayer. It was Marcus Thames from Detroit. Got hit in the wrong spot with a slider.
Ooh.
Watch out, watch out. Nice pick. Montero goes down again.
Hopefully everybody in the stands is okay, as that one went way back there. This was not a particularly good at bat for Montero, who comes across the bag and then falls down. Nice pick by Jose.
So here's Brad Miller. Miller struck out his first trip. Out of Orlando, Florida. Olympia High School. They had another first-round draft choice out of Olympia. Is now Jose just going to put it on it. 2 down. So here's Zunino. Mike grounded out to Alexei.
A minimum of pitches so far for Carlos, only 62 with 2 outs here in the 5th inning.
That's going back to 2 walks back in the first inning. Fouls that one away. Shoemaker shuts out the Tigers 2-0 for the Angels. Pujols and Shane Victorino with RBIs. Albert now 75 RBIs.
Apparently, Shoemaker didn't like getting sent to the minor leagues because he came back with a vengeance.
Yeah, after our guys got done with him, they sent him right out.
Yeah.
No runs, 2 hits for Detroit. Cabrera's average went down to 367. He gone. Change up. 1, 2, 3 inning. That is 6 in a row retired by Carlos. For our guys here in the bottom of the 5th. And some of our beloved service men and women enjoying a 3-0 White Sox lead here. Adam is 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored. Watch out. Another breaking ball.
Same thing happened the last time he was up, and then he went right back through the middle for a base hit. He was thinking about bunting the last time, and Elias hung the breaking ball. Same thing this time. That's a hard pitch to bunt.
Unless you do it with the end of the bat. So he drills him there. And there wasn't much doubt about that one.
That one got him pretty good.
Wasn't much doubt about that one. Melky 0 for 2. Oh for 3. 1 out.
With 27 minutes left, the Rookie of the Year autographed baseballs, 2005 World Series Championship collection, the Ultimate Paul Konerko collection, the 1550. The autographed seats from Old Comiskey Park, $27.50. Then it's a 400 Club autographed bats, 2015 opening day commemorative package, and the White Sox Hall of Famers autographed baseballs, only $500 for that. You got till 9 o'clock. Hurry and get your bid in.
Abreu 1 for 2. He just ripped a double. To knock in Adam Eaton, he also scored on a double by Trace Thompson.
Rob Rasmussen loosening up in the pen.
There you go. He'll make the turn. Runners at the corners and nobody out. And take that. Check that one out. Check that out, Elias.
Adam was going, and this time Jose found the vacant right side.
Almost hit him.
You see Cano going over toward the bag, and there was nobody home on that side as Adam eluded getting hit with a shot.
So Adam was hit by a pitch. Melky popped up to Cano. The rocket single by Abreu, and here is Javi. Javi 1 for 2 with an RBI. High and deep. Gutierrez is back. Adams going to tag. He's going to score. And now Abreu comes off the bag.
He slid the bag and he got him.
But the run will count. And it's a 4-0 Sox lead going to the 6th. bring you the Best Preps recap show in Chicagoland on High School Lights, hosted by CSN's Kelly Kroll. It's a half hour of scores, can't miss highlights, exclusive interviews, and much, much more. So watch High School Lights premiering tomorrow night at 11 right here on Comcast Sportsnet.
Second run batted in for Avi. Now at first, Jose is there. And then Cano keeps a glove on him, and unfortunately, then he comes off the bag and he is out.
So here's the top of the order. Marte, Jackson, and Cruz. Comebacker. One pitch, one out. Marte now 0 for 3.
0 for 3, hasn't had the ball out of the infield yet.
Well, he sure hit one hard to Abreu.
Yes, he did. And Jose made a terrific play.
Austin Jackson, 1 for 2. That had a part of the outside corner. Didn't get it. That evens the count at 1. First of 4 with these guys. That one just off the corner. Tomorrow night, Johnny Dykes against Taiwan Walker. Saturday, Jeff Samardzija against Masashi Iwakuma. And Sunday, Jose Quintana against, to be announced, as there is a little soft broken bat line drive, 2 down.
Gallos is breaking a lot of bats tonight. Just 2 hits, as that stuff has been awfully good, and he's allowed 1 base runner after the first inning.
So here's Nelson Cruz. Melky's got him twice. Count evens. Slider. Nasty, nasty, nasty slider. Lexi. That is 9 in a row retired by Carlos.
The best season of the 70s was the Southside Hitmen in 77 and 90 and 72. 13 All-Stars. Wilbur Wood, Bucky Dent, Chet Lemon, Bill Melton, and the Hall of Famers, Louis Aparicio and Rich Gossage. Thing that jumps out at you, 8 different managers from 1970 to 1979. 8 of them. Yikes.
Starts him off with a changeup. Trace at the plate. He's 1 for 2, an RBI double. Back in the 3rd inning, Sox lead at 4-0. 4-7-0 for us, 0-2-1. That was a fun club to watch play. Really was the Southside Hitmen.
We scored a lot of runs.
Oh, boy. That was a dangerous club.
10 guys hit 10 home runs or more, which in those days was a pretty good number.
And in that ballpark.
Yeah, that was a big park.
And, of course, Steve won 15 games. That's a fair ball. So Trace will pick himself up another double.
Trace Thompson continues to torch the left-handers. Taking this one just down the line. Miller can't get to it. Hit off the glove and pounded off the sidewall.
So here's Alexei. Got to try to get him over. He's 0 for 2. Takes first pitch strike. Oh, and 2 the count. One out. It's just the second strikeout for Elias.
It's another straight change. This one out away.
And here's Tyler. Going out to left, and he's going out to center. Fastball strike at 92. Just tuning in, we scored 1 in the first, 2 in the third, and 1 in the fifth. They had the bases loaded in the first. And there is Marte with the second out. So it's up to Sanchez. Carlos 1 for 2. Outfield straight up. Taking some other action, bottom of the ninth down in Florida. Pittsburgh leading the Marlins 2-1. Top of the eighth in D.C. 4-1 Nasty Nats over San Diego. After 8 in Philly, tied at 5 with the Mets. David Wright, a couple of hits. He's 2 for 4 in that game. Cespedes, another home run, is 26th. Yoenis Cespedes may have just found himself a home for the rest of his career.
Well, it won't be because they're outbid if they do want him. Getting David Wright back is a huge break for that team. They lead Washington coming into action tonight by 6.5 games. And the Mets have won 6 games in a row.
Of all the teams out there, that's one that you'd really not like to play in the playoffs, as he gets him. That on the changeup, and we're into the 7th. That was the game open back in 1977.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
And we still have a lot of guys who helped with that game open working today and working that game.
Well, if they knew we'd be showing it now, they'd have done better.
And Jim Angio, of course. And John Dickinson, our cameraman in center field, was part of that group. There he is. He's a handsome man.
He must have been 12 when he did that.
No, he's a little older than that. They hired him by Channel 44, was like 16, 17.
People or ratings?
No, I'll tell you, that 77 club had some pretty good ratings.
Yeah, that was an exciting team.
It was, I'm telling you. They
entertaining
were fun to
ball club. Leading for 4.5 months. Finally, Kansas City took it away the middle of August, and then they never looked back.
Well, Kansas City and Sox had a little something going there that year.
Yep.
Hal McRae and guys, as there is Cano with the base on balls leading off here in the 7th. Yeah, they didn't like each other too much. Gutierrez has walked and he has struck out. Got him on a changeup. Takes the low one away, and that breaks a streak of 9 in a row retired by Carlos. And here comes Coop.
He only has 84 pitches, which is not a high total. But the bullpen has just started to get to work. That's one of the reasons why Don's going to go out there and take as much time as Chris Siegel is going to allow him. Duke and Petrichka loosening in the pen. There's 6 minutes left. And as you can see, still some room to go. 400 club autographed bats have gone over 1,000. Hall of Famers autographed baseballs at 750. With the autographed seats from Old Comiskey Park leading the way, 2750.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. 2-0.
Pretty good numbers so far for Carlos Rodon.
And the count's 3-0. Austin Jackson with a hard single in the first, and Nelson Cruz with a rocket single over the head of Melky Cabrera, who then threw him out at second base. There's one. There's two. That one at 95. Pretty good pitch to hit, especially on 3-1. Got a break there. Helped him out. So the count hangs full.
Mark Trumbo in the on-deck circle.
That is high into right center field and deep. And it is a 4-2 ball game. So the leadoff walk. 9th homer for Gutierrez.
This is going to be the last pitch that Carlos is going to throw. Is our Ford home run replay. RBI's 26 and 27. He got it up in the wind and rode it out of the park.
That wind is definitely helping the ball out there. So Carlos, a good performance tonight. He departs. Jake Meister comes on and we'll be back. heated Eastern Conference match with Orlando City. Coverage starts Saturday at 6 p.m. on CSN+.
Our Honda call to the pen is Jake Petrichka. Jake on for the 52nd time. He's 4-3. The ERA an even 3.5. And there you look at the numbers. He's a sinker baller, and he's got a good one.
Mark is 0 for 2, strikeout, and then he just missed one. Back in the 4th inning, high, towering. Fly ball to Melky and left. And that's in the hole. So they'll bring up Montero. Jesus 0 for 2, a strikeout, and a ground out to short. Four runs, 8 hits, no errors for our guys. 2 runs, 4 hits, 1 error for their guys.
Seth Smith is coming out to pinch hit.
So Smith will hit for Jesus.
He's hitting .253, 4 for 14 with a homer and a run batted in as a pinch hitter. And here comes Robin. So Zach Duke comes in. We'll step out and be back after these messages. Your strongest fan photo to hashtag Chicago Data Strong Fan. You just might see yourself on an upcoming broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile. Our Honda call to the pen is Zach Duke. He comes on with Trumbo at first base. On for the 57th time. He's 3-4, 3.40 ERA. Left-hander's hitting just 159 against him, and that's who we'll look at first in Seth Smith.
Seth Lowe's 10 homers, 32 RBIs. Breaking ball strike. Four-2 Sox here in the top of the 7th inning. And there's a base hit. Pokes it down there, so now that's going to be ducks on the pond, nobody out. on the double by Seth Smith.
This is his 5th pinch hit of the year as he slices this one down the line. And Zach Duke has got some trouble.
Here's Miller. He's 0 for 2. Takes first pitch strike. Breaking ball in the count 0-2.
Nate Jones loosening up in the pen, and this would be a huge strikeout here if he can set him down.
He gone. Big out.
With the infield back conceding the run, he needs no contact, and that's exactly what he gets. Big slider, big out.
So here's Zunino. He's grounded to short, and he has struck out. Takes that pitch low. And that evens the count. 1-1. And the count. 1-2. He gone. Big strikeout again. 2 down.
Zunino leads this team in strikeouts. That's number 132 for him, and that is another huge out. Another no contact.
Ketel Marte, 21-year-old shortstop. Takes ball 1. Austin Jackson on deck. That's into center field, and Zach is going to pitch out of this big jam. What a nice job. A couple of strikeouts. Fly ball to center field. 7th inning stretch. We lead it 4-2.
Light, and here's our Miller moments, and it's a couple of jams pitched into and out of. In the first inning, Mark Trumbo goes down on strikes with the bases loaded. And then a strikeout of Miller, a strikeout of Zunino, and a fly ball to center field, and it's Zach Duke pitching out of problems in the seventh. Our Miller moments, and the Sox retain the lead.
So here is Flowers. He is grounded to third and grounded to short. Start us off right here, Tyler. Let's pick up a couple more points. Takes a strike. Count evens at 1. There's a shot. Foul. Dadgummit.
Seattle bullpen up and going. For the second time, Rob Rasmussen throwing in the pen.
That breaking ball at the top part of the zone.
Here's a break. Thought he had a call. Chris Siegel thought otherwise.
That change up. Marte. One out. Here's Adam. Adam, 2 for 2. He also was hit by a pitch, and he has scored 3 runs. He was drilled last time up, leading off the 5th.
Everybody picked different walk-up music from the 70s, and Adam Eaton was staying alive. Scoring 3 runs, he's pretty well alive.
There's the bunt, and they can stick it in their pocket.
He's been trying to do that all night. And finally, when he does lay it down, this time he doesn't get knocked down with a hanging curveball. Beautiful bunt.
And now he's probably going to be looking for a way to try to steal second base. As here's Melky. Melky 0 for 3. Reached on an error, grounded to second, and he's popped to second. Outfield straight up, spread out. That takes the mask right off of Zunino.
Hit the right side of the mask. It's a tough job.
And Rick waits. Rick, a starting pitcher for a long time in the big leagues.
Big curveball.
He did have that. He was a grinder, too. He would grind it out with you.
No walks for Elias. 9 hits.
The 0-1 pitch. Thinking the same thing. There he goes. And that ball hit in the right field. Cruz is going to make the play. He had a running start right there. So here's Abreu, and here comes Lloyd McClendon.
Adam picked up the baseball, realized that the play was going to be made, and hustled back to the bag.
So Elias departs, and we'll be back. Looks to bounce back after a rough outing opposite Taiwan Walker and the M's. So don't miss the first pitch tomorrow at 7 right here on CSN Chicago.
Our Honda call to the pen is Logan Kensing. He was recalled when we were in Seattle and pitched against us. On for the third time, his ERA 3.38 with a grand total of 2 2/3 innings. 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, so the control has not been particularly good, but the stuff has.
So here's Abreu. Jose, RBI double, single. He's 2 for 3 with a run scored. 4-2 Sox if you're just tuning in. Takes a strike. Down into the lower bowl.
Nate Jones getting ready.
No 2 pitch. Down low. Pretty good lead.
That time he spun out of there on a high, tight fastball. That's the way to do it. Spin back toward the catcher and get yourself away from one.
That way you don't hit yourself. Hit into left field. Gutierrez is there, and that'll retire the side. We're into the 8th. We lead it 4-2.
That was Max Patkin at first base. They called him the Clown Prince of Baseball. And, of course, you can't beat a good sack race.
I'll tell you what, yeah, Max Patkin was something special. What a show he put on. Last time I saw Max was in Charleston, West Virginia. After a ball game, we went to this after-hours place. You should have seen that man on the dance floor. He was absolutely incredible. But right here, we lead it 4-2.
And Nate Jones comes in the ball game to face the middle of the order. On for the 8th time. 11 strikeouts, 2 walks, and 7 in the 3rd.
Two and one to count. No walks. 3-1. You got Nelson Cruz on deck. Robinson Cano in the hole. And there's a base hit. That'll lead. 96-mile-an-hour fastball, so the leadoff man aboard. And here comes Cruz. Nelson robbed of extra bases on a beautiful catch by Melky. Then he singled hard over the head of Melky. Hit the fence on a hop, bounced back right to Cabrera, who threw him out easily at second base. Trouble of brewing. Leadoff man aboard. Top of the 8th. Heart of the order. That fastball at 98. Pretty good lead. There's the strike. Jackson 15 for 24 in stolen bases. Right on the corner.
Not going to do much with that at 97, knee high in the outside corner.
That one at 90. Little spinner. So the count hangs at 1-2. To a man with 39 home runs. Last year led all of big league baseball with 40. A lot of really monster shots. That slider, no. 2-2. Four 9-0 for us. 2-6-1 for them. They scored 2 last inning. 2-run homer by Franklin Gutierrez. Pretty good lead by Austin Jackson. Long set, too long for Cruz.
Seattle scored 2 last inning and had runners at second and third and nobody out. For Zach Duke, struck out Miller, Zunino, and got a soft fly ball to get out of the inning.
He gone. B pitch. 1 out.
This one had a piece of the plate. Cruz can't believe it. It was a perfect pitch.
You can't ease up. Here's Cano. 0 for 1 with 2 walks and a run scored. This is when Robinson Cano likes to come to the plate. Close ball game in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings. He's one of the best in baseball late in the ball game. Just get a little get me over slider there for a strike. And 0-2. I was talking to Robinson before the game, and also his new hitting coach, who also was one of the best in the game in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings, Edgar Martinez. Edgar, one of the best pitcher hitters in the game. He could hit.
Edgar might be able to pave the way for a lot of other designated hitters to get into the Hall of Fame if he can just get there.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question.
He was one of the best there was.
He's going to be in the Hall of Fame. And there's Robinson again doing what he does, getting the base hit late in the ball game. So 2 on, 1 out.
He took it the other way, and with Lexi playing him up the middle, that one finds its way into left field.
Well, that's one reason he's such a good. When you're a good 7th, 8th, and 9th inning hitter, that tells you one thing: that guy is going to be facing in a close ball game, some of the best the other team has. So when you're facing pitchers of that ilk in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning, you can't go up there getting greedy. Those guys won't let you get greedy. You take what they give you, and that's what he does. He'll change. He's a great situational hitter. Here's Gutierrez, 1 for 2, that opposite field homer. That wind blowing straight out still.
Last inning, after a walk, he got one up in the wind and took it out of the ballpark, his 9th.
That one at 97 to even the count at 1. There's Edgar. What a hitter. Wow. Saladino, nice pick. Nice peg. Good play. 2 down.
It's a good thing he was able to make that play because Nate stumbled off the mound. Comes in and fires it across to get him. That brings Don Cooper out, and Nate goes to go for it and spins the tires.
Well, you got Mark Trumbo at the plate, and then you got Seth Smith on deck. Smith, left-handed hitter. Ducks on the pond. Can't get it. 0-1 the count. Another one, and the count of 1-2.
No reason not to throw another one.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Not when you got 99 or 100 in your back pocket. Carlos has got him, and Nate will pitch out of it. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. It is still a 4-2 Sox lead. Good job, Nate. We lead at 4-2. It'll be Garcia, Trace Thompson, and Ramirez.
And there's a fan who's getting in the spirit of things.
Ivy, 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs. RBI single in the first, grounded to second in the third, then a sacrifice fly in the fifth. Takes that pitch just off the inside corner. Two and 0 the count. High, and that's going to be a souvenir.
David Robertson loosening up and getting ready to come on in and nail it down.
Soft pop up. And Trumbo will make the play. So 1 out. Well, they still had bench jockeys back in the late 70s.
They certainly did.
And how much grief did you guys take, Steve, for the people who were just tuning in?
For the uniforms?
These uniforms?
Not so bad. Now, with our ball club that particular year, and I wasn't here in 76, I was here in 77, 78, we just battered pitchers. So, no more grief than usual.
Yeah. When you're hitting the ball the way that Southside hit men club could do, you don't catch a whole bunch of grief.
Richie Zisk was there and Oscar Gamble. They had 30 and 31 home runs respectively. Eric Soderholm had 25 home runs.
Trace. That's a souvenir. Trace is 2 for 3 with an RBI, 2 doubles. You know, has 2 homers, 6 RBIs, 4 doubles, and a triple since getting some playing time. To the count for their guys in the ninth. It'll be the lower third of their order. Smith, Miller, and Zunino, the scheduled hitters. Hard comebacker, snapped, and 2 down.
This is a good slider, low and away, and Trace hits the ball hard, but right at Kensing.
So here's Alexei. Going out to center, popped to short, and struck out. Takes that pitch down low. Just joining us, Carlos Rodon. 6 innings, 2 runs, 3 hits, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. He walked Cano to lead off the 7th. Then the 2-run homer opposite field shot by Gutierrez. And Robin came and got him. There's the strike. So another good effort by our 22-year-old southpaw. Chops that one foul. And once again, a reminder, make your plans to be with us tomorrow night. Game 2, it'll be Johnny Danks against Taijuan Walker. Saturday, Jeff Samardzija against Sashi Iwakuma. And Sunday, Jose Quintana on the bump against to be announced for the Mariners. That's fair ball, and that's a 1-2-3 inning. We're into the 9th. We lead it by 2.
Broadcast auction presented by Comcast Sportsnet. Tomorrow, the Ultimate White Sox raffle. Saturday, players' favorite things basket with White Sox wives. And Sunday, the Ultimate Experience broadcast auction, all part of Sox Serve Week. David Robertson comes in the ball game, and he's going to try to wrap it up. Looking for save number 27 in 33 opportunities. He's 5-3 with an ERA of 2.76.
So here we go. Seth Smith, pinch hit in the 7th from Montero and double. Seth, a terrific athlete. In fact, he was backup quarterback at Ole Miss for Eli Manning.
I assume with Eli there, he didn't get a whole lot of play.
He got no snaps in 3 years. But he was a backup quarterback.
Stayed healthy. He stayed healthy.
With Eli and Peyton and those guys, you don't get a whole bunch of snaps.
No, but you can get a good long career.
That's into center field. We got a man there. One down. So here is Brad Miller. Takes a curveball strike. Miller 0 for 3. He's got some pop, though. He's got 9 home runs. That ball hit hard in the center field, but we got a man there. And that is 2 out. So here is Kyle Seager pinch hitting for Mike Zunino, who was 0 for 3. Kyle, a good player. Real good player. They got the shift on for him. Takes first pitch strike. One and one to count with 2 down here in the top of the 9th. And the count now 1 and 2. Lexington's got him, and this ball game is over. So the Sox take the first of this 4-game set. They win it 4-2. 2 RBIs by Avi Garcia, 1 by Abreu, 1 by Trace Thompson, and another good job by Carlos Rodon.
Carlos Rodon was terrific. He moves his record to 6-5, and for David Robertson, he nails down save number 27. A big night for Adam Eaton as he scores 3 runs.
All right. Let's check out our player of the game. There he is. Single in the first, single in the third. He bunt single in the 7th. He was hit by a pitch, 3 runs. Our player of the game is Adam Eaton so far. Steve Stone, our Hall of Fame director, Jim Angio, our producer who does Hall of Fame work, Mike Leary, our associate producer, Jeff Sermon, our very fine technical manager, Mark Harper. Also for the mayor, Mean Joe Group, for Mike Mayer, Frank D'Amato, Frank Leone, Doug Bullard, and the executive producer, Jim Cornwell Jr. This is the Hawk. So long, everybody. You've been watching White Sox baseball on Comcast Sportsnet.